And I think I'm live. At least looks like it. All right, cool. Hello, and welcome everyone to the final part of me building the UCS Venator. Let's get things organized. There we go. All right, so how's everyone doing? I will say I've had a pretty shit weekend. I've not been happy with how my weekend has gone, but that's another good reason for me to just go on stream and build some Legos for a bit, because this will hopefully make me feel better. Anyway, my progress so far, I'm quite far into the build, so the back of it is done. This isn't the front, these panels, but that's pretty much it. Everything else, hey Greg, everything else is done. So, oh, hey Vlad, this is your dream set. Well, I will say, so far I've really enjoyed it, and I can only assume that I'm going to enjoy finishing this build. So, I would definitely recommend getting it if you have the space and the money for it, because of course it is a big set that you need to display, and it's expensive. Don't get it for the minifigures, because I haven't gotten any minifigures just yet. I think they're in the last bag, but other than that, there are no minifigures in this set, so just be aware of that. So let's actually move this out of the way and get to building bags 44 and 45 out of a total of 48 bags that are in this set. All right, cool. Let me also just put this in so I can hear stuff. So, Greg, if I'm being quite honest, I do not want to talk about it. Oh yeah. I've seen several modifications that you can make to the set, which is essentially like emulating Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighters, Vlad. The thing is that there actually is like a scale accurate. There actually is a scale accurate Republic gunship in the hangar in the set. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah. Right here. This is a Republic dropship coming out of the hangar. So if you were like to compare the size of a Republic dropship and a Jedi Starfighter, this Jedi Starfighter is tiny, and the Republic dropship already exists of like 3 pieces or so, 3 tiny pieces. Because, while the Venator is quite big, everything in comparison, according to scale, is just tiny as hell. So I'm not entirely sure how much I would want to modify it. The thing is, my first big issue is, where the fuck do I place this? Because this is always the issue with Lego. I have the money for it. I never have space. Where am I going to place it? Fuck if I know. I dropped something. Where is it? Okay. Oh, I have to look. Found it. All right. Anyway, so let's see. Wow. Thank you guys for tuning in and commenting. This is way more comments than I'm used to, so I need to go through these. Let's see. Venator are some of the nicest mods. So one where you can make a working hanger. Yeah, I've also seen that one. That's very cool. Would be nice to make that. Then again, there have been people who just made their own Venator before this one came out. Have space, don't have money. Well, yeah. Those are usually the two biggest issues when it comes to Lego: having money and having space. Like, luckily, I don't really spend a lot of money on other things in my life, so I have a lot of money left for Legos because it's like my main hobby. I apologize for sirens, by the way. I live in the city center, right next to the police station, the fire station, the hospital. All the sirens are coming by here. That's why you hear the sirens. Anyway, but let's see. Greg, the next build will definitely be the USS Enterprise, which is coming out next week on Black Friday. I am going to have to stay up until 1 a.m. my time for it to be available. But I really want it. I want it with the gift with purchase, so I need to stay up till 1 a.m. When it launches so that I can get it, because I want the gift with purchase, and otherwise it's going to be sold out. I had the same, like I had a similar issue with Baradur. I got Baradur, but I didn't get the gift with purchase because I wasn't there on the first fucking minute. I was there like a couple of hours later, and then the gift with purchases were gone. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, one thing that I am going to have to do, first of all, which is also starting next week, because this is the last week that my ex-girlfriend is living with me. She has been living with me ever since we broke up because she needs to find her own place. She has her own place. She's going to move out next Saturday. And then I will have this place, my own place, for myself. And then I can decide what to do with the space, meaning where I can put my Legos. So that is going to have to wait until next week. And then I should be able to figure out more things. But I'm also going to have to like go through all of my Lego sets, figure out the sizes of all of them, because I have a lot of big ones. I have a couple of small ones. I have my mock, my Jeddah City mock, of course. I still haven't found the place for that. Again, space is one of the biggest issues when it comes to Lego building, if you have the money. So, yeah, because the thing is, like, I like when my ex and I decided to break up, there was no animosity between us or anything. It just, it just wasn't really working the way we were working a couple of years ago, because we had been together for almost 8 years, quite a while. But yeah, she doesn't have anywhere to go. She needed to find her own place. I gave her the time and space to do that. She found her own place. She's moving out next weekend. So from that moment on, this entire apartment is mine. I can put my Legos anywhere I want. I already went to IKEA to look at some shelving units that I can use. So luckily, I will just have more space to myself for the Legos so that I can, get more sets. I do have to also consider getting rid of some sets, considering that every year new sets are coming out, and I can't just keep all of them, can I? It's a bit much. So that. But yeah, next will definitely be the USS Enterprise. It's flattering, but there are elements of my life that you might not be too happy with. But hey, I'm just a simple man making my way through the universe, right? The ability to buy them is very important. And I will say, not having a car and not having kids really helps with that. Also, not having a girlfriend, because that's the thing. Like, if you have a look, I would definitely want a girlfriend, but when I get another girlfriend again, I need to make sure that she's okay with me having Legos, because if she's not, then she's gonna put limitations on that, and then I can't just spend my money on Legos if I want, and I can't put them where I want. So, like, you need to find a compromise there. But I really figured out the amount of money that people spend on just owning a car, and that's pretty insane. Because, like, you have to pay road tax, you have to pay insurance, you have to pay for the car. Most of the time, you have to pay for petrol. I don't have to do any of that because I can cycle everywhere. That's one of the biggest advantages of living in the Netherlands, the fact that you can cycle most places. So that's cool. Now, to be fair, I do have like maintenance costs on my bike, but that's about it. Plus, it's healthy for you because I cycle. I cycle about 50 kilometers every week. But Greg, you asked about it earlier, and I didn't want to talk about it, but let's talk about it. Last night, or actually for me, today for me, I actually stayed up for it. I took a nap last night. Then I did my weekly D&D session, which ended a little after 4 my time, and then at 5 the race started. The Las Vegas Grand Prix, where Lando Norris was on pole. And I was very happy after qualifying because Lando was on pole. And then he fucked up the start, and he admitted to himself that he fucked up the start. So I was like, oh boy, here we go. But he managed to get back into P2. And I was just thinking, okay, you know what? This is damage limitation. Max can win the race. It's fine. He's going to be, like, Lando's going to be champion in Qatar. All good. Oscar actually did a decent job in coming in P4. So I was like, okay, that's something at least. And you know what? Because it's fucking, like, by the time that the race ended and I had seen the interviews and stuff, I was like, okay, it is now time to go to bed at 6 a.m. my time, because at that point it's goddamn late. So I go to bed. I sleep for a couple of hours. I wake up to the notification of a double DSQ for McLaren. Yeah, it hurts. It really hurts. There's not much I can really say about the decision. I mean, it is what it is, right? There's nothing you can do. But it really hurts. So, yeah, I was under the impression that McLaren had. You know what also sucked? The way that I found out right after the race, was done, I went onto Facebook and I saw a post by McLaren posting the result, like Lando P2, Oscar P4, and I commented saying that I was actually quite happy with that result because before the weekend it wasn't looking like McLaren would even get on the podium. So the fact that you had a P2 and P4, I was like, that's a way better result than I was expecting. Cool. And like I wake up to a whole bunch of replies to my Facebook post. So it was like Facebook comments. So I was like, wait, what is this all about? Everyone was like, oh, this didn't age well. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I go onto the F1 website and I see the news. It hurts. It really hurts. And it pretty much ruined my entire weekend. That's kind of the thing. I didn't really do all that much this weekend. I went to see Wicked for Good yesterday, which I liked. It wasn't the best. It wasn't as good as the first one. So I was like, fine. In the meantime, I see that my football team has lost 3-0. So I was like, whatever. Liverpool has been asked for the past couple of months, so I didn't really expect much else. But I was like, at least Formula One is there, right? Well, not really. So, yeah. It really sucks. I just, the thing is, there are 2 races remaining. Vegas was always going to be a difficult one for McLaren. I knew that. Qatar should be better next week. Technically, Lando can already win the championship next week if he just outscores Max and Oscar. That's all he needs to do. Lando has been in good form. So I still am. I'm still hopeful that it's gonna be okay, but it's definitely a lot more difficult thanks to the DSQs. So, yeah, that's what that is. But yeah, like my weekend has just been a bit disappointing. I mean, they can't all be winners. So yeah. So I saw. Just changing the topic. I saw Wicked for Good yesterday. Well, as people may have noticed on last week's stream, if you watched that one, I really enjoyed the first Wicked movie. I thought it was a really fun movie that I have watched several times with good songs. Despite the 2-hour and 40-minute runtime, I think it is pretty well paced and it doesn't feel like it's necessarily all that long. So I really enjoyed the first Wicked. I was very much looking forward to the second one. And then unfortunately, it's just not as good as the first one. And I was thinking, why? Well, first of all, one of the things that I really loved about the first Wicked was the songs. I thought the song, a lot of the songs were really good. Essentially, I have 4 songs that I play all the time. I can sing along with the lyrics. I really enjoy 4 songs. And I can tell you that after seeing the second one, not a single song really resonated with me. I am not really like I didn't really have the urge after coming home, like, oh, I need to put on the soundtrack for Wicked for Good right now, because the songs were not that good. Another thing is that the first Wicked has a 2 hour and 40-minute runtime, but it feels not that long, really. Like, honestly, it flies by quite quickly. It's very well paced. I think the second one drags on a little bit, despite actually being about 25 minutes shorter. So it's significantly shorter, but it feels longer. I'm not entirely sure to like where the issue is with that. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but I just felt for a 2 hour and 15-minute movie that I was like, it felt like I was in the theater longer than I was for the first Wicked, and that was 25 minutes longer. And what was also funny, when I saw the first Wicked last year, we were actually interrupted during the movie because there were a couple of kids being a bunch of absolute shits, and there had been so many complaints about them that the theater staff came into the theater, pausing the movie, kicking those kids out because they were being such fucking shits. Which on the one hand, I found hilarious, but that made sure that the movie lasted even longer than it already did. So okay. Oh, you saw The Running Man. I avoided The Running Man. To be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of Edgar Wright. Like, I didn't much care for Hot Fuzz. I really didn't like Scott Pilgrim. I do love Baby Driver. It's the one of his that I really do love. But other than that, I have not been particularly convinced with Edgar Wright. And then I saw the reviews for The Running Man, and I was like, well, I can wait to watch this when it's on streaming. I don't need to see this in theaters. Based on what I heard. Damn it. But did you like The Running Man, or is it indeed not as good? Like the reviews say. Anyway, I'm not getting a response. I do want to say a thank you to new subscribers that I have gotten over the past week from a video that is 3 years old. This is one of the weirdest things that I will never really understand. Oh, wasn't good, also not bad. Okay. See, that's exactly the reason why I'm not running up to it. But anyway, over the past week, apparently, my video from 3 years ago, where I decided to put the Battle of the Heroes score over the Rey and Kylo Ren scene in The Rise of Skywalker, that video blew up a bit. It's the thing is, it is currently sitting at 44 likes, and 27 of those came in the last week, meaning that before that it was only at 17. and all of a sudden it's at almost 6,000 views. I don't know how the hell this happened. I honestly didn't do anything with that video. I didn't promote it. I didn't post it. I didn't do anything. But all of a sudden, over the past week, thousands of people have decided to check out that video and giving it likes. I also got a comment. I will say the comment was in Spanish, and the translation doesn't seem to make much sense. So usually when I get a comment, I want to reply to it. But in this case, I don't know how, because the translation, like, the thing is, first of all, my Spanish is not as good as it should be. I used to be able to speak it quite fluently, but I can't anymore. So the comment that's on the video, I'm not able to understand it in Spanish, so I needed to use the translate option, but the translate option is also garbage. It doesn't make any sense what it's saying. So whoever commented on my video, thank you for the comment. I have no idea what you said. Can you please tell me in English? Because unfortunately, my Spanish is just not good enough. But I do appreciate the support on that video, even though it's 3 years old. You know, I'm posting videos on like a weekly basis, but for some reason, the video that I posted 3 years ago is getting all the attention. It is a good video though, because I actually just rewatched it, and I'm actually very happy with how I was able to put the Battle of the Heroes score under the fight between Kylo Ren and Rey, because Kylo Ren and Rey, their fight in The Rise of Skywalker barely has a score. For some reason, like, you know, they get onto the Death Star remains, and there's just no score for a very long time until finally John Williams, at the very end of that fight, decides, oh, wait, yeah, I should probably score this. And I'm like, why did that take so long? So I decided to just put Battle of the Heroes on that track, and it worked out really well. I'm actually very happy with how that turned out. So it's nice that it's finally getting some recognition 3 years on. So cool. Don't know why. Let's see, any plans for Christmas? Well, my plans for December have changed a bit compared to what the thing is, you know, usually over the past couple of years, I always plan to do things with my ex-girlfriend. But now that she's my ex-girlfriend and moving out, all of a sudden I need to do things myself, and I don't really do that. So as of right now, like December is a hectic month in general. Like there are so many things coming up, because next weekend we have the Qatar Grand Prix, and the Qatar Grand Prix also has a sprint on Saturday. So Saturday we'll have the Qatar sprint, the Qatar qualifying, and in addition to that, my ex-girlfriend is going to move out that day, which is not ideal, but hey, it's what you got to do, right? So next weekend is going to be busy. The weekend after that, it's my birthday, and also the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on Sunday. So Saturday is my birthday, and I've invited a couple of people to come over, watch qualifying here, have some drinks. That's about the extent of it, though. Like, I'm not going to celebrate too much. The weekend after that is going to be more eventful. Why do I not have this page? But the weekend after that is going to be a lot more eventful because I'm going to Liverpool to go see a game from Liverpool, which we're probably going to lose because Liverpool has been absolute dog shit as of late. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward more to, you know, going there with a friend of mine. Should be fun. Should be good. Just, you know, win or lose the game. Afterwards, let's just go into Liverpool and get smashed. Just have a nice evening out there. I've actually never been to Liverpool, so I'm curious what it's like. Let's see about that. What is going on? Okay, there you go. So that. Then the weekend after that is actually a quieter weekend for me. But I am looking essentially to in that weekend like do a big end of the year cleanup in my apartment because that will also be the first weekend that I actually have a bit of rest and a moment to look at my apartment after my ex-girlfriend moves out so that I can, assess the situation in my apartment, like where do I have space, what kind of things do I need. So I'm definitely gonna, need a weekend to assess the entire situation like that. So that will be the weekend of the 20th and the 21st. Also, that weekend I'm doing a watch along over on the NI Quote channel of The Force Awakens because The Force Awakens is turning 10, which is insane because I feel I watched that movie in the theaters like a week ago. But no, it's been 10 years. And I'm like, where the fuck did time go? I remember sitting in the theater for that movie 10 years ago. Ugh. It makes me feel old. Oh, boy. So, but yeah. Oh, also, next weekend, Friday evening / night for me, doing a watch along for GoldenEye over on the NI Quote channel. That should be a lot of fun. My third favorite Bond movie. So check that out next weekend, next Friday evening over on NI Quote. So then the thing is that the way that my work does things is that at the end of the year, like I work in a warehouse, and over the past couple of first light, I don't know what that is, but over the past couple of weeks, because I work in a warehouse, we need to count the entire inventory. We need to count the entire inventory we have at the warehouse. So we need to make sure that everything that is recorded in the system is also actually there. And over the past couple of weeks, we've been counting. But at the end of the year, there's one big or there are two big days that they count everything, and once everything is counted, that will then signify the end of the year, and then we're gonna all go out and have like dinner together with drinks, that kind of stuff. And that will happen on the 23rd of December, so a couple of days before Christmas. Christmas Day itself, I don't have any plans, but then the Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, the 26th, I'm gonna go meet family and have dinner with them. So that, the new James Bond game. I don't really play games all that often. Like especially the games that are designed for consoles and computers. I just don't really play them as much as I used to, which on the one hand is a bit of a shame because I did enjoy it back then. It's just I have other priorities, other hobbies, other things that I enjoy, like Legos. Because you know what the thing also is? With a game, you can spend hours and hours and hours on the game, and then the next game comes along, and then you're gonna have to play that. And then the next game comes along, and you're gonna have to play that. And you pay every single time so much money because games have gotten so fucking expensive. So in terms of like me playing games, I'm gonna get like the new Star Wars game when it comes out. Luckily, my computer is good enough to handle the new Star Wars games, but other than that, I don't really play games. And one of the main reasons that I do get Star Wars games is because they're a part of canon. So I do want to keep up with the canon, with the story presented in those games. So yeah, like I actually don't remember the last time I actually purchased the game. I used to play games a lot when I was like a teenager, but yeah, not so much ever since. Excuse me. You know what the funny thing is? I literally built the same section symmetrically on the other side, and I have no recollection of it. Like what I'm building is like, oh, hey, this is cool and new, and I'm like, there are some things that seem a little familiar. Yeah, I already built this one, but I don't remember it well. Oh. I cannot tell you how much I am looking forward to the next Cal Kestis game, because Jedi Fallen Order was amazing, and then Jedi Survivor somehow was even better. So I'm curious, first of all, what the next one will be, how much of a time difference there is, but either way, it should be a good one. Like, these games have been peak Star Wars, in my opinion. Like, no. Now, in terms of the KOTOR remake, I don't really understand why we're doing it. Because you know what the thing is? KOTOR is about as perfect a Star Wars game as you're going to get, at least in terms of story. The story of Knights of the Old Republic is one that has resonated so much with people. Ever since I first played the game and all the replays after, the game is so good. Mostly because it has such a solid story and characters, that there's a big reason that a lot of people are craving for it to get a canon adaptation. And then they announced the KOTOR remake, and they decided to not make a canon adaptation and to just say, we're just going to remake it with a new game engine, but not make it canon. I'm like, why the fuck even bother then? The old game still exists. I'll play the old game every day of the week if I can. So, oh, I messed up. Shit. Where did I miss these? Where did I miss these steps? Oh, come on, dude. So I kind of understand that people want, updated, but this is the entire issue that I have with, not just that's where I missed it. This is the entire issue that I have with the world right now in terms of the content that is being made. If we look at what are the things that do extremely well in terms of movies, TV shows, and everything, it's everything that is based on a previously existing property. that is a sequel, a prequel, a remake, a spin-off, because nothing is original anymore. So that it's just so annoying, you know, uh like the only way that people can make something these days is just to see, okay, what is popular somewhere? Let's just make that again. Like the biggest issue that I have in that regard is Disney live action remakes. They should die. I have officially stopped going to see them in theaters. The last one that I saw in theaters, I think, was actually just Beauty and the Beast in 2017, which I actually didn't mind too much. It was that not that bad, but I'm like, I am not going to spend my money on soulless crap that is regenerated when there's a perfectly good original. And I feel like we're gonna have the same issue with KOTOR. It's like KOTOR is going to remake the same game, and it's just not going to be as good as the first because the first is perfect as far as I'm concerned. Now, could you say that I'm a cynical old man who doesn't like the new things? Sure, if you want to go with that. Look, I am very much a fan of a lot of new things. I'm a fan of a lot of new Star Wars, despite the fact that a lot of people aren't. But that's their problem. That's not my problem. If you don't like it, that's your problem. Okay, the sirens will be warranted if I accidentally drop my phone. Yeah. All right. So, uh, oh wait, no. Um, there. All right. So that completes. Shit. Oh no. Oh, it's tiny and it's in there. And how am I gonna get it out? Oh no. No crap. Oh no. Where are you? Oh, you're in there somewhere. Ugh. Ugh. Shit. By the way, yeah, Star Wars Eclipse is definitely unknown. The trailer that we got like years ago looked pretty cool, but when is it ever gonna come out? I don't know. Very good question. Oh, come on. Okay, that's not right. No. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of surgery here. Wait, what? What dropped here? Oh, that dropped. Okay. Um. Now, your question about Mass Effect is not a question you should ask me because fuck if I know. I don't know games these days. I don't play a lot of games. The one game that I play is Blood in the Clock Tower, and that's not like a computer console type game. Seems like something is really going on in my city. Okay, so um, yeah. Okay, so do I see it already? No, I do not. Shit. Let me get the other panel up. Mhm. Get off. Yeah. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Okay, it's off. I gotta say, these bolt joints are way too strong. Okay. Okay. Performing surgery, huh? Okay. Also, I'm getting really hot. Now, where's the stupid thing? You're in there somewhere. Oh my God. I can't see it. Ah. This is very difficult to get that bottom panel off. Oh my God. Let's see. I can actually like flip this, I think. Okay, do not try this at home with your set. I don't think you should. Got it. Yeah. Okay, now to get everything back on and hopefully in the process not lose pieces inside the set. By the way, I think there's one thing that I actually am aware of in the gaming community, and that's what the hell is going on with Grand Theft Auto 6. The game that is never going to get released, I feel. You know what the funny thing is? The last Grand Theft Auto 5 came out so long ago that even I played it. So, like, why in the hell is Grand Theft Auto 6 taking for fucking out? Why are you being a shit? Why is this? Why are you not working? It's like, just. That's so difficult? You fucking shit. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. 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 Is okay. Oh, so yeah. This is now gonna go to here. Don't bump the set. Don't bump the set. Just put it down. Anyway, bags 46 and 47. Almost at the end. Yeah, one bag after this. All right. boy. Wait a moment. All right. So this feels a bit flimsy. I'll be honest. It's not the strongest construction, but let's put it on. However, the hell I'm supposed to put this on. Okay, I think I see it. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Get in there, you prick. Okay. Where am I supposed to like? Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay, looks pretty decent, I think. The final bag number 48. No. Okay. The funny thing is I can actually put it on one hand. All right. The final bag number 48. Still. And there are minifigures in this thing, even though we're not starting with building the minifigures, but I think that's going to be... Oh, hello. Just get you open. Oh, the waist cape. Do I get... Oh, that's a pretty good Rex then. Like a Rex with a waist cape. That's how you want it, right? Alright. Oh. Okay, I'm actually... I'm gonna leave that here and put it on later. Hi, Vlad. I'm on the final bag, so quite a lot of progress. Yeah, you're about to catch the finale. Yeah. All right. Again, I'll just save this and I'll just put this over here and put that on later. By the way, they're really saving the minifigures for the very last moment. Like, usually you start a bag with a minifigure or two. In this case, there are pieces for the minifigures. These are the only minifigures in the entire set, and they're still waiting until the display plaque. I am about to see the state of the minifigures. I'm at least glad to see that there's a wayscape for Rex. But I have said this a million times before, and I'll say it a million times again. I don't give a shit about minifigures. I really don't. There has, like, when I was a kid, I probably would care more about it, but now that I'm an adult and I'm just looking for, cool big display pieces of Lego, I don't really care much for the minifigures. There has been one set that has actually made me care for minifigures in a good way, which is Rivendell. And that's the reason that Rivendell is my favorite set, because besides the fact that it was a beautiful set with a great building experience, it also had a phenomenal minifigure selection that is just fun to, put on the set. So, like, Rivendell will just forever be my favorite set until there's another set that can also make me care about minifigures as much. Um, but I doubt it because, like, for example, I had the UCS gunship, and I really enjoyed the UCS gunship. And then I heard from people online that the UCS gunship is terrible. And then I was like, why do you say that? Well, because it has two shit minifigures. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about minifigures. Because what did everyone say about the UCS gunship? The build is great. Oh, thank you. Then shut up about the minifigures. Some people are extremely sensitive for minifigures. I'm like, I honestly don't give a shit. I can't. Um, it's the thing. Behind me, you see the UCS Slave 1. Awesome build, beautiful set. Does it have a shit Boba Fett figure? Sure. I don't care. I enjoyed the set. I enjoyed the build. You would want Padme with the gunship? Honestly, that's not really the figure that I would think of for the gunship. There are a lot of other figures that I would think of for the gunship. I would think more clones, more Jedi. Like, is Padme in it in that one scene in Attack of the Clones? Sure. But other than that, Padme doesn't have a lot with gunships. Especially if you look at the Clone Wars, like the show. Movie-wise, sure, she's in one scene. But then again, Obi-Wan is in the gunship. Anakin is in the gunship. Did we get those? No. All right. Put you here. Oh, so it's unrelated? Okay. I thought it was related because your comment made it look like it was. Oh. Suppose I just got the message wrong. No, like I had the gunship. I sold it because I just didn't like the size is really awkward. It's very difficult to put it anywhere really. And yeah, the minifigure selection was just not good. Not that I care about that. But like Mace Windu not having dual molded legs in a UCS set, go fuck yourself. And there was a clone. I don't even remember what the hell kind of clone it was. But it wasn't even a clone from Mace Windu's clone Legion from the Clone Wars, you know? It was just a... like, what just baffled me is like, we get a Mace Windu, and then we get a 212th clone with that. Does that make any sense? No. Especially if we look at the Clone Wars. And also, the designer has then come out saying, well, minifigures are not supposed to be the big point. And then the exact same designer designs the UCS Enterprise, and that's when they went all out with all the minifigures and saying, oh yeah, we need to include important minifigures. Why do we not include them in Star Wars? Because Star Wars is like, well, you know, suckers are going to buy Star Wars anyway, which is annoying. That it very often seems like Lego is just like, you know, Lego Star Wars fans will just buy it. Whenever I can clearly see that in a set, I'm like, I will not buy your set. But the UCS gunship is not. With the UCS gunship, it was like, well, the build is at least right, and I don't much care for the minifigures. But I do see how it can be annoying that Lego sometimes is like, whatever. Like, that was mostly the thing with the Juggernaut that they released. That was just terrible. I don't really know why they decided to do that with the gunship the way they did. Oh man, do I need to? I need to. I'll come back to this later. The thing is, I just want to finish the main build and then get this Venator up here, because otherwise it's going to be me putting it up here, putting it down, putting it up there, putting it down. But what is funny is that, you know, on the one hand, Lego is putting out all kinds of sets where they're like, well, you'll buy it anyway, right? And on the flip side, we're not getting any sequel trilogy sets anymore, which really sucks. As someone who does like the sequel trilogy, or at least 2 out of 3. Like, Rise of Skywalker is not that good. It's funny that, you know, over the past week, the one thing that I would really like, one simple thing that I would change about the Rise of Skywalker, improve the score when Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting on the Death Star remains, and that video blew up over the past week. I still don't get why. Why do videos all of a sudden blow up? Like, I posted that video over 3 years ago, and all of a sudden now, this past week, it's like getting all the views, like it got a comment, it got likes. I was honestly surprised because like every week, YouTube will send me a notification of like your analytics for this week. And I was like, okay, let's see about it this past week because I noticed that I got like 10 more subscribers. I'm like, where are these subscribers coming from? Because my most recent videos didn't do too well. And then YouTube was like, well, this video from 3 years ago blew up. Oh, okay. That was weird. It was cool though. So, thank you everyone who watched that video 3 years after fact for the support. Well, I think they're doing they're doing their best with prequel sets, but I think that Lego is still extremely scared to go with anything out of the original trilogy. And I'm happy that they're at least doing more prequel sets like the UCS Slave 1, as you see behind me. I'm currently building the Venator. These are good prequel sets, and it's cool that we're getting them. So it's not it's progress, but I am not happy about the fact that they're very much ignoring parts of Star Wars simply because all they care about is making sets from the original trilogy. Lego, if you're watching this, we've had plenty of original trilogy sets. Please go out of the original trilogy and make sets of other points of time for Star Wars. People love the Clone Wars, they like the prequels. Make those sets. There are plenty of people who also like the sequel trilogy. As much as it may look like there are a lot of haters for that, there are also people who really like the sequels. Make those. People also really like Rogue One. Make those. I actually think Rogue One has gotten even more popularity with the release of Andor Season 2. So, make more of those sets. Stop with your stupid original trilogy sets. We've had so many. They are a business, yes, and I understand that they are very much just like going for the thing that is safe. But I'm like, stop playing it safe. I don't really think that going for the original trilogy is playing it safe necessarily. I think it would actually be safer to go with prequel sets. So we're getting more of them, but actually, I'm not entirely sure what they have announced so far for 2026, but slowly a couple of sets are being announced. Oh, and one thing that Lego should really stop doing is overpricing everything, because fucking hell, everything is so overpriced. Especially the Juggernaut, that was just an absolute slap in the face for Star Wars fans. It's you want a fucking Juggernaut, here you go. You need to pay twice as much as you should. Fucking bullshit. Oh, and you know what the weirdest thing about the Juggernaut is? For the longest time, Lego Star Wars called it the Clone Turbo Tank. Honestly, for the longest time, they said Clone Turbo Tank. Then they finally decide to call it by its proper name. Oh, did I forget something? So they finally decide to call it the Juggernaut. In the same year that they decide to call this Jango Fett Starship, go fuck yourself, it's a Slave 1. And also Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, fuck off, it's the Black Pearl. Why do we finally call one thing the right way and then start calling other things the wrong way? Explain that to me. Like I honestly I can't with Lego sometimes, especially like in recent years they have been making choices that I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? It's like they're being stupid on purpose. Explain it. This is a fairly long display stand. All right. Actually, the final part is making the minifigures. So let's see about. Oh, that's not a waist cape. Why is it not a waist cape? Oh, come on. This. Oh my god. Lego. You know what's also crazy? They show very. Uh, they show very explicitly how to put together Rex, but then Yularen is just like, oh no, you got Yularen. I'm not kidding, by the way. Yularen is just there. It's like, oh yeah, you know how to put that together, right? Sorry, but Lego, isn't the entire point of an instruction manual how you put shit together? And then you don't show me how you put. Why is it not a waist cape? Oh my. You know what? Oh my god. I don't care about minifigures, but oh my god, they fumbled this. They fucked this so hard. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, Lego, why do you keep fucking shit up? This was looking like it was. Oh. God, Lego, you suck. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Well, I suppose this is not the first time this weekend that I'm disappointed. I hope it's the last. Even though, it's like Sunday evening, my weekend is literally about to end. So this is the last time I will be disappointed this weekend. I'm just saying it now. I'm manifesting it. I will not have any more disappointments this weekend. This weekend has been ass. Fucking hell, Lego. Ugh. My disappointment is immeasurable and I cannot be consoled. Oh, you're an hour ahead of me. Okay. Anyway, this is your display stand. These are the minifigures. Rex's ass. Yularen is fine. At least this is something that, at least this has something over the UCS Death Star. Yularen has double molded legs, dual molded legs. That's something that the UCS Death Star can't say about any of their imps. Anyway, now let's finish actually building this thing. So I've prepared these parts, which, by the way, this is the exact same part. Why didn't you just make this twice? This is all extra stuff. This I need. And now I actually need to go back into the instruction manual a little bit. Is that the first one? Yeah, that is the first one. All right. Yeah. Careful not to bump into anything. Please. Please. Nah. So actually, okay, I just wanted to test this. Oh, wow, that is not gonna work. Like, you could kind of lift it up with one hand, but in the middle here, it's not gonna do too well with that. Ugh. Okay. Which one was first? Is it you? No, it's not you. It's you. Yeah. So, do you just put this on there and it's just gravity holding it down? That's not great. I don't love that. Gotta say, I don't love that. It's not very sturdy because it just means you always have to keep this upright. This is the other one over. Yeah, we have some guns. Where did these go? So this goes over. Yeah. And I suppose the other one goes on the other side at the exact same point. If it doesn't, then fuck you, Lego. All right. Wall mounts. Well, explain to me how this stays in place. Okay, it does stay in place. Okay. That's if you put it kind of sideways. I still am not the biggest fan of it. Okay, anyway. So this is at the very front of the thing. Yeah. All right, so there and there, and then how does this go in? Come on. All right. There. Okay, so this goes in as such. And that is that. All right. That is your UCS Venator. That's pretty cool. I will say, in terms of build, peak. Absolute peak. Absolute beauty. Also, it looks fucking awesome. It looks exactly like a Venator as we see in the Clone Wars, in the movies. Pretty awesome. Engine detail, back. So, yeah, the thing is, the UCS Star Destroyer will always be my favorite because of nostalgia reasons, because it was the first huge UCS set that I got back in 2020. But this was a better build. Like, I think the build of this thing is better than the UCS Star Destroyer. This was awesome. This is this is an amazing set. So I would definitely recommend this to anyone who wants a giant, awesome prequel set, because it is a giant, awesome prequel set, and I'm going to be very happy to put it wherever I can once I have the space for it, once I get more space. So definitely something that I would recommend if you have the space and if you have the money for it, because of course it's not a cheap set, and I already got it on like a very big discount, like 25% off compared to the usual price, because usually you pay 630. Would I pay 630 for it? Maybe if it's like retiring and I have to get it, then I would. But in this case, I was just waiting for a discount, and I'm happy that I got it, because I only paid 490 for it, which is still a lot of money, let's be fair. But 490 euros for a set that has almost 5,400 pieces, I think it's fair, So decide for yourself if you want to spend a lot of money on this. I would definitely recommend waiting for a discount, but I say that about every single Lego set. It's not just this one, it's every single Lego set. Lego is just expensive. But if you have the space, if you have the money, get it, because it's pretty awesome. It's pretty good. Like, great build, great piece. I look forward to actually rebuilding this, because this is definitely a set that you can rebuild. Same as the Star Destroyer. Like, I've definitely noticed that, certain sets are very difficult to do a rebuild of, and other sets are a bit easier. Star Destroyer is pretty easy to take apart and put together again. And I have the feeling that this is designed the same way, which is, by the way, credit to the designer, in terms of making sure that you get a set that you can take apart and build again. Because I do very much enjoy doing that, with all my sets. But I have definitely noticed some of the sets are not very rebuild friendly. So yeah, that was it. Apologies for not putting up a video yesterday, but I've had a bit of a busy week. This was actually the first time that I was able to sit down in front of a computer and, record something. That's why I did this right now. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed yet, and leave a like on the video if you liked it. It helps the channel. It's cool. Really helps me out. And if you're catching this after the fact, then leave a comment with your thoughts on this big and beautiful set. Next week, I will be back starting with Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Episode 1 of Season 2 of The Mandalorian is going to be the review. So look out for that. And of course, next week, I'm getting the USS Enterprise. So that will be the next set that I'm going to be building next month. I don't exactly know what my December is looking like, but I am aiming to, do at least one Lego stream a week where I will then put together USS Enterprise. I'm very much looking forward to that one. So yeah, I think that's about all I can say. Thank you for the support, everyone chatting away. It was nice to have people to talk to during the stream. And until my next video, may the force be with you.